All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Lieutenant Cameron Dan, USNA class of 2013, Naval Aviator by trade and training, and now the admissions counselor for the Western United States. And if you do choose to apply to us, I will be your admissions counselor and help guide you throughout the process. Slide, please. Keep going. As we get started, you're going to notice a lot of similarities between this presentation and the other presentation. There are a lot of crossover between us and the other service academies. We try and focus on what sets USNA apart. All of this is going to be common to all the service academies. Very low student to faculty ratio, high graduation rate. You're not paying tuition to go here. You're going to be employed after graduation. Next slide. So our beautiful campus is called The Yard. It's located in downtown Annapolis, Maryland, which is the capital of the state. About 25 miles equidistant between Baltimore and Washington, D.C. An absolute ton of history to see and stuff to experience during your 4 years there. Now, the Brigade of Midshipmen, which is our student body, all 4,000 plus of them reside in one building. That's Bancroft Hall. That's the biggest building you see there in the center, shaped like the big I. And that building is massive and houses all the facilities you see there on the left: barbershop, midshipman store, laundry, post office, brigade medical, and 22 different athletic facilities are also scattered throughout the yard. Too many to go over right here. The thing is, as a midshipman, all of those services facilities are free to you. The only one that's not is the midshipman store, where you get snacks, supplements, clothes, etc. That you do have to pay for. Now our student body, again called the Brigade of Midshipmen, we pull from all 50 states, all United States territories, and some from foreign countries, although the process to become a foreign midshipman is a little bit different. The point is you're going to be seeing and interacting with foreign students while you're there on the yard. Midshipmen come from all different backgrounds, all different walks of life. We even pull from very hard charging active duty sailors and Marines who have really proven themselves to go through an officer commissioning program. We bring about 200 of those in per year, usually through the prep school program, which we'll talk about in a little while. Slide, please. Keep going. Now, again, there's a lot of similarities in our education, the benefits that you go by going here. You're going to graduate with a Bachelor of Science and a career in the Navy or Marine Corps. You do get paid to go here. Starts low and increases throughout your years. Again, full scholarship, full tuition, room, board, medical, dental. You can be dropped off by your parents, and we tell them that we'll provide you for at least the next 9 years, 4 years at the Naval Academy, and then 5 years in your career after. Now, there's a little too much to go over in terms of Navy career paths. So if anyone has questions about specific career paths, whether that's surface warfare, aviation, special warfare, submarines, Marine Corps, be more than happy to answer them during our Q&A session. Slide, please. These are our 25 academic majors. As you might guess, we are a very STEM-focused school. I won't go through them one by one, but I will highlight some of the newest ones. Our newest in the engineering and weapons department is nuclear engineering. That program's only about 6 years old. Very good if you're an aspiring submariner. However, that being said, your service assignment, your service community that you're in the Navy is completely disconnected from your major. The best choice is to study what you're interested in. And that will give you the best chance for success at the academy. The other and the most newest major overall is cyber operations. In fact, we just opened a dedicated cyber operations building called Hopper Hall on the yard, and that is where all those major courses are taught. Professors from a ton of different backgrounds, a lot of them coming from cyber operations fields, active NSA operative or former NSA operatives. Very, very cool stuff we got in there. That doesn't mean you have to major in STEM. We do have humanities and social sciences there on the right. However, if you do choose to major in one of those, you have to minor in one of the languages you see on the bottom right. You can also minor in a language if you're majoring in math or science or engineering. It's just less common. Slide, please. Now, like every other academy, you're also going to be an athlete in some capacity. We do have 30 different NCAA Division I teams. I'll say if you are interested in becoming a recruited athlete, unfortunately, I really can't speak to the standards and details of that from the admissions perspective, your best bet is going to go to navysports.com, find that sport you play that you're interested in, and contact the coaching staff and find out what their process is going to be to get recruited. If you're not at the varsity level, that's fine. Like the other academies, we also have club athletics. I was a club rugby player for a couple of years. Just because they're a club and they're not varsity, that doesn't mean they don't travel. It doesn't mean they don't compete. They perform at a very high level. It's a lot of fun to do. And if you're maybe not so athletically inclined, that's fine too. You're still going to play the intramural sports that we do within the brigade. All 30 companies compete against each other in 5 different sports every semester that is picked from a list of 11 by the brigade. And you compete to become the brigade champion. So that's what you do in your afternoons. My favorite was always racquetball. Slide. Keep going. So a little bit about the application process. Right from the get-go, there is a lot that is required. We know you were asking a lot of you. That's kind of the point. You see down there at the bottom left, the nomination applications is highlighted. If you're here, you're already on the right path for that boat. Just bear in mind that is a completely separate process. Can't overstate that enough. Some people think just because they're applying for a nomination, that is also their application to the Naval Academy. Does not work that way. So on this slide, we split it up into what we require from you, the candidate, on the left, and what we require from your school staff on the right. A question I definitely anticipate getting is whether we're going to go back to the full requirement for SAT and ACT tests. That decision has not been made yet. Last year, we were test flexible. If you do apply and are made a candidate, we will keep you fully updated. We recommend at this point, if you are able to schedule to sit either of those exams, definitely attempt to do so. It's only going to benefit you. Next slide, please. So a little bit by the numbers, and this goes for the other academies too. Our acceptance rates, our admissions rates seem really, really, really low. Usually hovers between 7 to 9%. That's sort of true and it isn't. It's a little misleading because where that comes from is that preliminary application that you just go to the website and just click apply. It's a short 10-minute application with just the basics, and about 16 to 17,000 people a year do that. Of those, about 12,000 get made official candidates, and then the real work begins. The whole list of stuff that you saw on that previous slide. Now, the amount of people who actually finish that, get their nomination, and get their medical qualification, those are the only ones we can actually consider to compete for an appointment. That number drops way down to about 3,500. Slide, please. And then, of those, we offer about 1,100 to 1,200 an offer appointment to come direct to the Naval Academy, and then another 300 or so to go through our prep programs, both the Naval Academy Preparatory School up in Newport, Rhode Island, as well as the Naval Academy Foundation. Now, technically, you do have to reapply if you are a prep school candidate, whether that's NAPS or Foundation. However, being a prep candidate, it's treated a little bit differently. Your application, so to speak, goes to the top of the stack. It's way, way, way more likely than not if you're applying from one of the prep programs that you're going to get in. Slide, please. General advice, like a strong foundation in math and science, you're definitely going to see, again, a lot of overlap with the other service academies. We do not have a minimum GPA, though, or a minimum SAT, ACT score. Like some of the other, we do super score. We do not look at the writing section, only the verbal and the math. AP honors and international baccalaureate courses are always encouraged. However, know your limits, manage your own course load. It may be better to take, 1 or 2 AP courses and get straight A's or A's and a couple B's rather than 3 or 4 and maybe barely able to manage C's. Again, you got to know what you're able to handle. Again, sort of like the other ones, there is no one answer what's going to get me into the Naval Academy. There's also there's no one thing that's going to disqualify you just because you didn't have the opportunity to participate in a lot of extracurricular activities. That's fine. We like to look at that whole person. We try and balance it between the different facets of your life. And the admissions process really does work. As you'll see in the slide, please. Right down there at the bottom is always the top 4 reasons, but the bottom one I think is the most heartening. we maintain an 89 to 90% graduation rate, and that's a testament to how well the admissions process works. If you are selected for an appointment, it is way more likely than not. If you put in the work and are willing to do what you have to, it's more likely than not you're going to graduate and commission in the Navy and Marine Corps. Next slide. That's really, that's all I've got for you this evening. I look forward to everyone's questions later on. You can follow us on the social media of your choosing for periodic updates with the various admissions deadlines and programs.